It's now 20 past the midnight on it's 20 past midnight in the AM, and I'm coming in to give you an update on what I'm currently reading and what I'll be reading for the majority of this week. So first up we have The Exile. Oh no, it's not. I keep wanting to say The Exile, but it's just called Exile by AJ Calvin. If you don't know, then me and Chels from Autistic Bookaholic run Indie Booktours, which is a company that we created that runs book tours 3 and 5 days predominantly for indie authors, as it says in the title of the company name. And we do have a few very busy months. So we've got AJ Calvin this week on the 15th for 3 days. We then have Searching for Zen next week. We then have in June, we have, in May, sorry, I'm skipping a month. In May we have 3, I think 3. And in June we also have potentially 3. So we don't have to read the books for these tours that we're doing, but coincidentally, I've mentioned this before, we really like the premise of the books that we are promoting and genuinely want to read all of the books that we're promoting. So maybe and me, I'll pick them up. I tried to pick this up before the promotion week, but I can pick it up on the promotion week and just keep the promotion going. I'm then going to continue with the Bloodstones. I started this, and this is by Tori Tekken. She's also got a YouTube channel. I will leave it linked down below, and I'm really excited for this one as well. Also a taller US paperback stylet, which I'm really enjoying. And I only read a chapter of this last week, during last week's vlog, and I took a break from the higher fantasy stuff to read A House of Fierce and Broken, which leads me on to the next one that I need to finish. I only have an hour and 6 minutes left of this, which I did want to finish today before the end of the vlog for last week's, but I'm too tired, so I'm going to pick this up first thing in the morning and probably get it done before work, and then I'm going to switch back to this. So we're going to read this. His name is not worthy. A traitor is executed, his name ripped away from history. Now the kingdom stands on the brink of a succession war that could bring the country to its knees. Forces stalk the darkness, moving pawns into place in a deadly game. Gary and his brother were not meant to witness the execution, but now they find themselves trapped in the centre of a political quagmire. When Gary faces the loss of everything he knows, will he also lose himself? To the south, tribal warlords clash in an endless cycle of violence. Sindri, the daughter of a chieftain, kills for the honour of her people. An alliance with a foreign queen offers the power to unite the tribes, but at what cost? I love these ominous blurbs. They make me smile. And I will also be diving into the Yakuza's bias. So if you don't know what this is about a guy who is in the Yakuza, and his boss, he has to take his boss's daughter to a concert, a K-pop concert, and then he falls in love with K-pop, the band, and delves into the fandom with the passion and the commitment that only someone in the Yakuza could. And it gives me the vibes of We're the House Husband. So I'm vibing with this. So yeah, there's that. This is my stack. This is my stack for this week. And if I get to finish all of these, I will pick up something else, of which I am not sure. I don't know yet. But I didn't tell you at the end of last week's vlog, but I did meet up with my D&D group for the first time this week. It was an in-person session, and I had so much fun. So much fun. The group of people are just so nice. There's one guy that he's really experienced, and the rest of the group, they are newbies like me. I've only ever played a one-shot with Smash for her birthday, and it was with Becca and Chloe and Meg and Jem and Livy, and we just played like a little one shot for a birthday. But I do want to continue with, like, when Smash has time to create a campaign, I do want to play a campaign with those girls, with the character that I made for that, because I want to play Manith again, because she's amazing. She's a cool little tiefling. But I do also have a tiefling in my D&D Tons and Treasures readathon, so I wanted to do something different. So I went for a Dragonborn rogue. I haven't worked out my height and things yet, because I know that there's a way that you can roll for that, and I don't want to bog you down and bore you too much with the rules and shit if you don't really care. But for, like, to get like your height and your appearance and stuff, I think there's like a certain table you can use that you can get from the player's handbook, which we have a copy of in the campaign documents, and I'm gonna do all the background and stuff between now and next week, because we made a little bit of background information. We made our character's background, but the DM also gave us additional bits of background that we can work with in order to sort of like initiate like the initial introduction. So, because we all started in the same place, and we had a battle with an ogre on our first session. We had our first encounter, and we assisted some higher level characters. There was a fighter, and I can't remember what the other one was, but we assisted them in taking down an orc, which was fun. I dealt some serious damage, which, as a rogue, I was like, I fired my arrow straight and true right at the orc. I was on a level 1, so I did a lot of damage for a level 1, but I still got some hit points in and living my best life. I actually was. It was so much fun. I did forget to do my notebook, so I do need to take some notes and write down, even though we do have access to D&D Beyond, and that is like where the campaign is being run from essentially. I do want to keep notes of things, because there are certain things that will say, like, for instance, in one of the things he asked us to do, he said, when you reach Neverwinter, speak to this character and say, Milo says hi. But even now, I forgot what the character name is. I did know one of the guys wrote it down, so I do know one of the guys wrote it down, so I do need to get that. But there's certain things that you're like told to do, certain areas, so like I can write it down to remember it, if that makes any sense. But I had so much fun, and just massive smash. Massive thanks to Smash and Jem for like just introducing me to the world of D&D and making me realise that you don't have to be a brain box to play it. That I am not like, I used to be like, oh, I'm not brainy enough to play it. I'm such a dumbass when it comes to stuff like that, and it's just seemed too complicated for my tiny brain to understand. But actually, when you get into it, it's just like fun roleplay with like a few rules, and that's how the RDM runs it, which is what I'm vibing with. It is a vibe, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So yes, that will be what I do for this week. But Exile is a physical read, which is why I don't have a lot of books on this week's thingamajigger. MBR, TBR, MBTBTBT. We do have the Empire of the Damned live shot on Tuesday, and we do have sprints. I'm hosting sprints tonight, Monday night, and I think I'm on Gem sprints on Tuesday, maybe, possibly. But yeah, I will see you all at some point. I need to get to bed. I was going to read the Quizz's Bias before I went to bed, but I think I'm just going to go to bed. But we'll see. I wanted to do the 13:30, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that now, because we're on day 15. And I've literally only read 10 books. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be possible. But we shall see. Forgive me, Booktube, for I have sinned. I lie. I'm a liar. I've not sinned. I've just been reading. But, yeah. No, I'm fine. I don't know what I'm doing. I've gone off TBR again, okay? But we're just gonna go with it. So, this was on my TBR. So, let's just, for that. This is Exile by AJ Calvin. And my holy Jesus, Mother of God. Holy Mary and Mother of God. Jesus Christ on a bicycle. So, this follows a man called Andrew who, I feel like, does the back tell you what? It does tell you what is on the back of this. Would I prefer not to know? Maybe. If you don't want to know things before going in, then don't read the back of this. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens. So let me just figure this out in my brain without spoilers. So Andrew is the son of the king, but his lineage is only partly known by the king and the people of I think it's called Navania. That's how I say it in my head. Navania. If I've got the pronunciation incorrect, please somebody correct me. Andrew is the king's eldest son. Shit goes down. Secrets are revealed. And Andrew has to make a choice. And the choice can have potential repercussions. This is so big. I'm so sorry. But I feel like if you're like me and ideally prefer to go into a book blind, then don't read the blurb. But just know that it has, obviously from the front, you know, it has dragons. It has a world like magic, but it's not sort of like, we've not seen any of the magic of the world, but we know there are magi in this world that exist. So hopefully at some point in the future we may see some magic, but we know that there are people within this world who have magic, and you know that they are magi by marks that they have on their body. So there's that. I got to a page in this book and I took a break and I was like, oh, this is cool, this is really enjoyable, like I'm having a fine, funky, fresh and fabulous time. I went to get a brew, took a break, came back to the book, was just cracking on again, and it made me cry. And when I messaged the author, they also said that this was something that they found difficult to write, and I really like the fact that authors also get really attached to characters and really care about their characters, because I feel like that shows in the way that they write and how people within the world deal with the grief, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, I only have 100 pages of this left. I've read 164 physical pages yesterday, and if you know me, you know that me and physical reading are not friends at the best of times. So the fact that I've read 164 physical pages and I smashed through the majority of that in sprints last night, so we had about 2-3 hours of sprints, that's really good for me. And I didn't read solidly for those 3 hours because I was like taking breaks, looking at my phone, went to make a brew, things like that. So I'm really happy with my progress on that. I have also yesterday started the Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa, and the first book is this, and I am on HL, but look at the writing, seriously, what the fuck. Thank you to Danny for sending this my way. I'm really glad that I've got the complete series, because it would have been extremely difficult to get the indie covers of this series, and I'm not a fan of the traditionally published covers. So I will have the audios of this because I'm audiobooking this, but I also like to physically see where I'm at with a book as well. So I will be keeping this copy, and it is a weapon. So much fun. And I am currently on chapter, let me get my audiobook up. currently on chapter 25, and again, shit's going down. I didn't look into this at all before starting it. I knew that there was a character in here that loads of people absolutely loved, and he was called Desmond Flynn, and it included a girl who made over 300 bargains with the bargainer, and normally he doesn't allow people to make that many, but and he usually like makes 2 or 3 and then he claims them back, and he doesn't allow people to accrue more than like 2 or 3 favours. But for some reason he's allowed her to accrue like 317 or something it was, and 7 years after he's disappeared, he comes back into her life and it's like, ta-da, I'm coming to claim back all my favours. I will say that, like, obviously I love her name, by the way. Like, her name's Calypso because everyone calls her Callie. I also love that, but I didn't know the reason why she makes her first bargain or like the continuous bargains with him, so I enjoyed finding out about that. I also wasn't aware, I don't want to spoil this for anybody, because if you don't read the back, so I'm reading the back now because I've read most of the book 1, but again, if you don't read the back, you don't know the situation of her either, which I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it was kind of a nice surprise to find that out. And I will say that quite early on I figured out, so she's constantly asking him why he waited 7 years, why he left her 7 years ago, with all these bargains built up on this bracelet, and why he suddenly turns up 7 years later and wants to claim all these favors, like why he waited so long. And she's constantly asking him this question as the story progresses and other things happen. I will say it's very easy for me, it was very easy for me to sort of determine what the reason was. It's not a secret, this is a fantasy romance, so we kind of know what's going to happen, but we don't know how it goes down. But I will say one thing, Desmond Flynn, I could totally understand why people love this guy so much. He's got touch of when I kill you vibes. Like, sir, the audacity of you being like my type, but not actually real, is just ridiculous. Okay, this is not appropriate, but I absolutely adore him, and I really do like Callie as a character as well. They're both just great main characters. I also do love Temper, who is her best friend. I think she's called Temper. I've been audibly reading this. I think that's her name. I wanna say that name is Temper. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that bit as well. So I should finish the Bargainer today, and I should finish the Exile today. But this is about what I have sinned. So I put my hold on Percy Jackson book 2, and I did push it back because I hadn't read book 1 yet, because both came in at the same time. But I got a notification on my Libby app today that says a hold came in, so I clicked it and pressed borrow, and I've now got 21 days to read Percy Jackson book 2. Is it on my TBR? MBR? No. But this is the reason why I called it an MBR, not a TBR. So technically I'm not graying off piece, but I kind of am. But I also kind of read the Yakuza's Bias manga that isn't also on my MBR. So there's that I've read off piece today. So I don't know, we'll see. I will be reading Percy Jackson, because why wouldn't I? Like, book 1 was a 5-star. I need all the physical copies of the new covers. I will leave some of the new covers here. They are bright, which is not normally like what I go for, like clothing wise, but book wise they are stunning, and I am down for that shit. But the only thing is, I've seen on Amazon a key book 1, 2, 3 and 5 in this cover, but for some reason it's not showing book 4, which is concerning. I don't want to order it in case it comes in the old cover, even though the rest have switched to the new. So I might just try and go into the works at some point and pick them up physically so I know what I'm getting. Anyway, you don't need to know this, but I'm going to go now. And I will update you later when I've hopefully finished the Bargainer series, finished Exile, and started Percy Jackson.
Got too overwhelming, so I started running. It stopped being fun and making myself numb isn't helping. I got to learn to deal with the way I feel. If this is reality, don't know what I expected. Just for a moment, I can't put this down. Things are getting crazy, lately I'm in hazy. Oh, and I've been praying someone will come and save me. The birds are flying south, I'm frozen in my doubt. Got nowhere to go from here, so I'll stick around. Just for a moment, I can't put this down.
Hello friends, it's Thursday and I'm not well. This is so much fun. I'm starting to get, do you know that feeling when you feel like something's stuck in your throat? Like you've got a frog in your throat. I'm feeling like that right now, so not the best. Anyway, I've come to give you an update on some books that I've got and what I've been reading. So, yeah. The Hunters by David Ragg. This is one that I've seen Jane from Jada Reads talk about. I can't remember what else she read from him, but this is in the back. She'd always dreaded when unravelling a day of reckoning, the avatar of her past coming to claim her back. I'm not going to read the synopsis on this because at the time I heard Jade talking about it, it really intrigued me, but I kind of want to just go into it blind and see where we go. Will I regret doing that? Maybe, I don't know. But I will try out some of his other work if I do enjoy this. So, there was that. There is also, if you follow myself and Chels from Not a Secret Bookaholic, we read the Ties That Bind series by Rob J. Hayes, which was his first trilogy. And there's like 12 books in an overarching like series of books for this world that we're in. And we read the first trilogy. The next book is part of a duology, which is like a pirate duology, which is totally sold me on. This is Where Loyalties Lie, and I can't remember what the other one is called now, but I needed the next book in the series of books you need to read. I think there's this duology and then there's a standalone, and then he's actually currently writing the trilogy that comes after these, because he did take a break and then started writing the God Eater stuff. I got that. And then two of the books that I got, they could be thinking, why did you do this? Because that was silly. But I do have all of these on audio. The final series of the year that me and Chels are doing is, I think it's called Chasing Graves. Yeah, it's Chasing Graves trilogy by Bengali. I did get books 2 and 3. I don't currently own physical copies of book 1 or a physical copy of book 1, and the reason why I bought these is because these are £27 each normally, or £27.99, so it's like £28 each. But I went onto Amazon one day and books 2 and 3 were down to £8 each for hardcovers. Book 1 was still £27, so I couldn't get that at the same time. I'm probably going to go out and get that next month. But how can you turn, these are cheaper than the paperback versions of these books. I couldn't not get them. It was a steal, a bargain, if you will. And this is Grim Solace and Breaking Chaos. So next month I'll probably get Chasing Graves, but we'll see. I do have, like I said, I have the audios, and we don't actually move on to this series until October, so we're all good with that. I have finished book 3, the Percy Jackson series, which was Titan's Curse. I have then moved on to, like, gone off for MBR, TBR, whatever you want to call it, and moved on to book 4. So there's that. But I do have 8 books left to read this month that I wanted to read. But this weekend I'm unsure if I'm going to be going to my parents' house because of how I'm feeling today. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that is everything really. I don't know what else I need to tell you that I've done. I feel like if I could get every book read that I need to read this month, I will have read 28 books. So there's 2 additional books that I need to read. So I'm going to choose manga for that. Because I need to do the 30 and 30 if I'm going to hit 28. I can't not do it. But I'm not going to like kick myself if I don't. If that makes sense. Because it was like a off the cuff kind of decision to do it in the first place. So yeah, this is my haul for this month so far, and I am happy with everything that I've got. I can't wait to dive into all of these, but I need to get through my own TBR first. These do all get added to my physical TBR as well. However, I have gone through my spreadsheet, and some of the books that were on my physical TBR I've unhauled. I think I've unhauled 6 all at once, because like there were 2 trilogies, and there's a couple of others that I've unhauled as well. So I've unhauled quite a bit, so nowhere near how much I've hauled, but it's starting to balance it out a bit more that I've unhauled some things. So yeah, I'm gonna head off now and go back to work. I need to make myself a brew so I can settle back down after my lunch, and I will speak to you all shortly. Hello friends, it's Saturday and I'm coming in to wrap up this vlog because I feel like crap. So I've kind of gone off TBR. I say kind of, like very much so I've gone off TBR. So I'll move you this way a little bit so I can put a picture up here. I have now gone through all 5 of the Percy Jackson, the first Percy Jackson books. So it's The Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth I think it's called, and The Last Olympian. I have read all of those this week. Percy Jackson was supposed to be, like, book 1 was supposed to be a prompt that marked off an our fantasy bingo prompt to be the first in a series, and the hard mode for that was being a series longer than 3 books. And then it also marked off a prompt for my Tomes and Treasures readathon prompts, when it was for a spell slot, and it was to get some magic missiles, where you could use magic as a weapon. But yeah, it kind of spiraled, and I've now read all 5 of those this week. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. They were so good. I don't know why I've held off for so long. I really want my nephew to read them and enjoy them, because I really think it's something that he would enjoy as well. But that isn't all, folks. That's not all I've read. I have also read the first in the Bargainer series. The first one, Rhapsodic, is the first one. And I will put a spoiler tag up here. But there is some discussion around SA in this. And I didn't know that going in. For me, it's not a massive trigger. But I do prefer to know things like that before going in. So if you do want to know things like that, then there is discussion around SA in this first book. It is quite dark, and I've mentioned this before, I didn't know very much about this before going in, other than the main guy's Desmond Flynn. It's about a bargain, and the bargains he's made with the main character more than what he usually makes. That is all I knew. It's probably got a 4.5 stars. A 4.5. I think we'll settle on 4.5. It's not quite pushed that 5 stars yet. But
I really wanted to go to the second book in that, but I can't yet, because that's the book that was picked by Andy for my 12 books, 12 prompts. So I can't do it yet. So I've decided to go back and start my reread of ACOTAR, and I am now, I think I'm about 60 pages in, and I've just been listening to this on audiobook because it's such a quick read, especially compared to the rest of the books. It's a very quick read. So this is what I'm in the middle of at the moment. I have also read The Accuser's Bias, which is a manga, which was so much fun. So much fun. And I think, book-wise, that's all I've read. No, I haven't. I've read most of Exile. I haven't finished Exile yet. I've just got a little bit carried away with Percy Jackson. But it is only Saturday, so I should finish Exile before the end of the week, and then I can start searching for Zen, which is the book I need to review by next week. But if I need to get back on NBR now, because I know that it is just an NBR that. Oh yeah, I also read A Heart So Fierce and Broken. Yes, that was it. A Heart So Fierce and Broken. I also read that this week, so I've done well reading wise this week. I spent quite a lot of time reading, but to be fair, the Percy Jackson books were very, very quick reads, like speedy reads. They haven't been upgraded after all. But yeah, Heart So Fierce and Broken got 5 stars. I really also want to just carry on to the third book in that series as well, but I can't because there are other priorities that I've got for other things that I've agreed to do. I've enjoyed everything I've read this week, which is a positive. I just haven't enjoyed the fact that I've suddenly got really ill. And I don't know where it's come from. I don't like it. I haven't been this ill for a long time, and it hit me like a freight train. So, not great. I'm gonna see how I feel tomorrow on Monday as to whether I start a new weekly vlog. We'll see, but I'm going to leave this vlog here. If you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you're here and you want to let me know you're here, but you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart, very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy every video, what you're not doing. I'll see you all very soon.